Hey guys, and welcome back to Chiki series. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. I quite appreciate that. And if you're new to this channel, kindly consider subscribing by clicking on the red subscribe button. Also click on the bell icon. That way you get notification whenever I upload a new video. So lately I've been watching a lot of video on Nigerian actress Tonto Dike's messy divorce, and a lot of people have bashed her, saying that she shouldn't have gone public granting interviews. But the only thing I need to say is that remember, her own husband has been granting interviews, and in my own opinion, I think she needs to come out and clear the air. It is her life. She's the one who wears the shoe and she knows where it pinches. I'm not saying I'm in support of her coming out to talk about the husband's sexual prowess, saying that he's a 40-minute man. That's the only place I think what she did was not too right. But any other thing, coming out to share about domestic violence, what she suffered in the marriage, it's okay by me, it's fine, so that other people will be able to understand what people are going through in toxic relationship, because a lot of people have died by keeping quiet. Some have even had a depression, and some have had heart attacks, some had stroke. When I look at her, I see somebody who is in pain. So why can't she share her story, at least to be a bit relieved out of it? And Nigerian women are here bashing her, saying, why did she come out to share the story that other women are passing through the same? Yes, other women are passing through the same, but at least she can share the story to encourage people and initiate discussions around vices like domestic violence, which is very common in African society. I don't know why some Nigerians are not comfortable when people are sharing their story, especially when the story is not good enough. No matter how bad it is their story. It is not your story. So you let them share their story. At least they will have relief. They will be able to change the narrative of how things used to be, because and most of these women are attacking her for coming up with her story and living in developed country where they have freedom of speech and where government have protective laws for women and children. People also launched this type of attack on Tiwa Savage when she had marital issues with her husband. She was granted an interview and people were asking why should she say it on social media. And these guys forgot that it was her ex-husband who brought it to the social media. So I think it's very sad because it fits into the normal narrative whereby a woman in marriage suffers when there is a problem and the man goes scot-free. So I don't expect women living in developed country to be saying this, because they know this cannot happen in the country where they're staying. I know quite well that Tonto has her own fair share of the problem. Just like Churchill, he has his own problem, but nobody has talked about Churchill's problem. They keep focusing on Tonto Dike, calling her all sorts of names. I think it's not acceptable. It's not nice. Yeah, I also understand that our society is a patriarchal society, and that's the reason why nobody seems to be talking about Churchill. But I don't expect women to be at the front of this. I'm a bit disappointed hearing all these women speak, call her all sorts of names. Even with this interview she had some years ago, whereby she covered her husband as Obasanjo's son and saying all good things about him, I think it's the normal way whereby some Nigerian women cover up for their husband. They don't seem to say what is happening at home. So let her be. And some women, I don't know the reason why they choose to tell lies. Even when nobody asks them, they want to tell you the situation of things. Instead of them to say the truth, they will turn it to lies.
What set him apart from every other man that you met in your life?
He's different in all ramifications. He's very loving, he's caring, and above all, he is very godly. I think he's one man that I didn't have to give my money to be with me. He respects me so much and he loves me so much. He teaches me a lot of things, you know. And like I said, above all, someone who brought me close to God. That's super awesome. I met him broke and I married him broke. I feel terrible. I feel bad. I feel used. I am the biggest scam that Churchill Olakunle Oladunni has ever played in his life.
You guys saw this. I don't believe that she must grant this interview. She can as well find a way to avert it. Anyway, the reason why I'm making this video is not only because of Tonto Dike, it's because of what is happening in Nigerian marriages, whereby women tend to hide the real situation of their marriage. I don't expect you to go and tell the world what you're facing in your marital life, but at least try to keep it decent and straight, because some of these women, nobody will ask them. They want to flaunt to you to tell you that they are doing well in their marriages. Then they go on and on and on, saying a lot of things that when you verify, they're all lies. So women, try to be yourself, try to say the right thing. Don't try to deceive people, because at the end of the day, you are deceiving yourself. It is so bad that some people, they can't even confide in their parents. They can't even tell their immediate family the real situation of their marriage. But in any way, I don't think it's best. You find a way to confine in one person, at least let the person know what you're passing through in your marriage, because a problem shared is half solved. And you don't come to show the whole world that you're living well, because it doesn't really count. You are the one who lives in pain and you are the one who bears the brunt. It doesn't concern anybody. It is your life. You choose whatever you want to do with your life. You don't need to go telling people how sweet your marriage is. And you don't also need to tell people how bad your marriage is. Because at the end of the day, I see marriage as a partnership. It takes two to tango. You can't just sit in a marriage without contributing anything. Most especially when you are working, you need to bring in your own resources and make things work and move the family forward. So stop spreading lies. When you buy a house, you say it's your husband who bought the house. Nobody wants to know. People are too busy with their life challenges. They don't want to know what is happening in your home. Because some of these people, nobody will ask them. They keep sharing the story till they enter problem. Because they want to prove to the world that their husband is doing so well. Yet nobody is interested in that. There are also a group of people who are in abusive relationship, yet they don't want to seek help. They pretend that everything is okay, even to confide in their family. They cannot tell anybody. They keep suffering till they die. On the other hand, I wouldn't expect you to expose your family secret, but I don't think it's very good to promote lies, because when you're promoting lies, you are covering a lot of things and you are putting yourself in danger. And there are other group of women who come up with this kind of cock and bull story just to entice other women to make them think that their own marriage is better than theirs. But at the end of the day, nobody cares. Like I said, you don't need to prove a point. You don't need to tell another person what you're enjoying for you to make a point. Nobody is interested in that. So keep all the beautiful stories you have about your marriage to yourself, because when the marriage crashes, nobody will come to your help. The truth is that if anything happens to your marriage, the people you share their story with will be the first people that will laugh at you. And they will be the first people that will call up all the good things you've been talking about. Like I said before, you don't need anybody to validate your marriage. Everybody has his or her own problem. So don't promote lies for you to look as if your marriage is the best. Nobody cares. And some people live borrowed life just to fit into a particular class in the society. You don't need all this. Remove all this drama off your life. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off here. Stay healthy and safe. And remember to subscribe if you've not done already. Leave your comments and thoughts below. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, share with your family and friends. Catch you in my next video. Bye.
That your husband is actually related to Obasanjo, the president.
Yes.
President. What's the relation there?
That's his father.
His dad?
Yeah.
Is Obasanjo. Wow. Have you met him?
Yeah, I have a picture of him.
So that's your father-in-law, is Obasanjo. Oh, wow. What?
Everything I ever liked about him was a lie. I'm not saying that I went out there to say I want to date or I want to get married to a who is in Nigeria. But I am Tonto. You don't expect me to get married to a pauper. So definitely when he said I am Obasanjo's son, when his own mother told me I'm Obasanjo's wife, it was a plus for me. It was a plus.
How many kids do you want to have?
I know I want to go through the process twice. So, and I really would hope if God blesses me with a twin. Because I have said it in all my interviews, I don't want to have children.
You are enjoying Mrs. Obasanjo.
I personally honored her, I honored her because she was 4 months pregnant. I honored her. I took her to a place, community, which I paid a bride price. Then I sent her out of the country. And I've always been there for her. I took proper care of her.
Social media doesn't forget. We saw Tonto Dike and she posted a lot of things that you didn't pay her dowry, most of the gifts you gave to her. She was the one that was sponsoring the marriage, in quote, that you're not as rich as you claim.
What is she doing? No, she's sponsoring me. She's an actress. Sponsoring there was no marriage. There was just like knocking. No celebrity came. You didn't even call an artist. You didn't call any of your friends. Just 4 of us. Me, my mom, and 2 other people. What we had was a pilot thing, but they celebrated. We were to do the proper traditional wedding, church wedding, court wedding. Still in the process. We're actually in the process before we split it.